So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K24 Next Gen. In today's video, we have another episode of the Trading Every Player rebuild series, and today it's going to be the Dallas Mavericks. The Mavericks are obviously led by Luka Doncic, a top 5, I would say, at worst player in all of basketball. He's an MVP candidate, feels like every single season, and he's very, very good. And I don't want to trade him today, but of course, that's part of the video. So I'm sure many of you know how these videos do work, but in case you do not, I will explain to you real quick. Before year one kicks off, I have to trade everybody on the Dallas Mavericks. I have no say in any of the trades, clearly. At no point in time may anybody who's currently on this roster come back to the team. End goal is to obviously win a championship. I've been having a ton of fun with these rebuilds. That's why I continue to pump them out. It seems like you guys have been loving them as well. So, any other video ideas? Let me know down below in the comment section, because we are sneaking up on the end of this series, unfortunately. I think this is actually number 20 out of obviously 30 NBA teams. So, we'll get through them all eventually. I'm very happy and excited to do the Dallas Mavericks today. Let's get into it. So, something that maybe some of you are wondering, because it's been a problem in previous 2Ks and even this year in 2K24, is when players are such high overalls, like Luka Doncic is, it's nearly impossible to find a trade for him. You know, the man's a 97 overall. He actually goes up if you move him to shooting guard. And as you see, we just get no offers. So typically, the way in the past I have combated this issue is basically just asking Siri on my phone to pick a number. Well, we don't have to do that today because I already tested it, because I knew damn well that it was going to be an issue. You move Luka Doncic to a center, which is his lowest overall, at a 96, which is also insane to think about. Yeah, he's a 98 at shooting guard. But yeah, 96 at center, which is his lowest. You actually do get one trade offer, and it's the trade offer we're going to take, and it is from the Phoenix Suns. So, yeah, no, not in a million years would I ever take this trade offer. Look, don't get me wrong, Devin Booker is incredible. 94 overall is obviously awesome to have. He's 2 years older than Luka, but there's levels to this. He's just not quite there. And we have to go with Derek Lively, which is not exactly my favorite thing in the world. But couple reasons I'm going to do this. It's nearly impossible to trade a guy with Luka Doncic's stature anyways, and on top of the fact, Devin Booker's not a guy I do get a lot. So I'm very excited to have him here. I don't really want to give up Derek Lively for Jusuf Nurkic, but ultimately, we didn't have to give up any draft picks, which feels like a win. Now, what I am going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go over to the Phoenix Suns and make Luka a point guard again. Doesn't really feel fair that they have to play him at the center spot, so he'll go back to the point guard position. Now, Luka Doncic and Kevin Durant are going to be in our conference. I very much look forward to the challenges that are probably going to arise and face me at some point. So, but we do have Devin Booker here. I'm excited about that. Kyrie Irving, second best player on the Dallas Mavericks, has been really, really good for them. I really like the way Kyrie's playing this year. It feels like there's not a lot of drama or anything. Kyrie Irving, clearly an incredible player, NBA champion. It's I think he does a lot better in the Robin side of things than he does the Batman side of things, if you will, almost as the sidekick. But we're going to close the eyes right now. We have 12 trade offers. Obviously, we have no say in any of them. We'll continue to scroll until we stop in 3, 2, and 1. And that gives us Jamal Murray and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope for Kyrie Irving and Marquise Morris. That's honestly not a bad deal. Just looking through some of these others, I actually don't really hate any of these deals. This would have sucked. I mean, I can't get Lively back anyways, but that would have sucked. No disrespect to Anthony Simons. I would have been pissed about that. So James Harden just regresses. But you know what? I will happily take Jamal Murray on this team. We're going to have a backcourt of Jamal Murray and Devin Booker. I'm very much looking forward to that for the remainder of this video. Dante Exum's been a nice surprise for Dallas this season. We're going to combine him in a trade with Tim Hardaway Jr., just maybe add a few more options with the bigger salary in there. Continue to scroll through. I think we had 17 offers here until we stop right about now. Giving me Jakob Poeltl and Jordan Nwora here from the Toronto Raptors. Interesting deal. I don't really necessarily need a center because I do have Jusuf Nurkic from the deal with, I almost said Brooklyn, Phoenix. But yeah, you know, I guess it gives us some more options. Dwight Powell and Derek Jones Jr. are going to be the next two that I trade. I mean, again, a lot of these players here in kind of the middle echelon of the Mavericks roster are more so role players and probably don't have a ton of value. So continue to do this, and we'll stop right about now. We're actually going to go one to the left this time, giving me Ty Jerome and Sam Merrill. Okay, well, I'm not a fan of Luke Cornett, and I definitely didn't need another center. So I guess maybe some bench pieces, maybe a little bit of downgrade from what we're giving up, but I can live with it. Next, we're going to do Josh Green and Grant Williams. Grant Williams was, I guess, their big free agent signing this offseason. I don't think a lot of Mavericks fans are very happy with him right now. But nonetheless, we'll go through right here. And 3, 2, and 1. And we end up with Trey Lyles and Sasha Vezenkov. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation there. Was he a EuroLeague MVP? I think he was. From the Sacramento Kings for Josh Green and Grant Williams. Again, not my favorite trade in the world, but it definitely could have been a whole lot worse. So continuing to get through a lot of these. I think from Nwora up, we are actually all good. So Maxi Kleber, and I'm actually going to combine him in a trade with a guy like Jaden Hardy, who's young, only 21 years old, maybe a little bit more potential than... Okay, he's actually only 2 stars, but nonetheless, it's okay. Continue to scroll until right about now. We'll go one to the right this time. Giving me Nikola Jovic and Duncan Robinson for Kleber, Hardy, and Seth Curry. or it would have been Mills and Fernando. This feels like an absolute home run of a deal that we just got right there from the Miami Heat. We also gave up, was that Patty Mills in that deal? I'm not really sure. Continuing to go on here, who is left from the original Dallas Mavericks roster? I think Rashawn Holmes and Omax is here as well, but I think that is it because I don't do the two-way guys. You guys all know that. So final deal here, I guess. And yeah, after that, we are kind of ready to go for year one here in Dallas. Final trade is going to be with the Detroit Pistons. Alec Burks and Kevin Knox for Rashawn Holmes and Omax. Not a trade I love, but a trade I'm going to have to live with. So I believe that we are all set. I believe. I don't know that for 100% certainty, but I think we should be good. I'm almost positive we're good. All right, man. At this point, we're definitely going to have to move some positions around. Clearly, as I'm sure many of you know, another rule of this is in year one, after I trade away the entire roster, I can't make any other trades. So that is something that we'll have to wait for the offseason, but I do like this roster. I think there's a lot of fun talent here. It's going to be an interesting fit. We are ready to go here in Dallas for year one. I had to make some big decisions about what I wanted to do with the rotation, and let me explain them to you right now. Clearly, the backcourt really no big decisions to be made there. I mean, Booker came in listed as a point guard, but that's just because Bradley Beal's in Phoenix. He's a shooting guard. Him and Murray are going to be my backcourt. Surprise, surprise. Very good backcourt. I'm playing Duncan Robinson at the 3. I moved him from the 2 to the 3. I firmly believe that you can never have enough shooting in a starting lineup, and while there may be some other options that maybe benefit us a little bit more long-term and maybe defensively, even though I don't think Duncan Robinson's nearly as bad as a defender as some people actually think he is. We're going to go ahead and start him because he's the highest overall. We move him to small forward. I like having a really good shooter in there. He's going to take the spot. Trey Lyles is going to be my starting power forward again. Probably not a long-term solution there at my number 4 position, but he's the best we got for year one, so I'll say that. And then I'm starting Nurkic over Jakob Poeltl. I just went with whoever the game wanted me to start. I know Poeltl's a little bit younger, but ultimately a 1 overall difference. It's not the end of the world. Poeltl will be my 6th man, though. It's very rare. I have centers, kind of big men-esque as 6th men, but today's one of those videos. KCP follows him as our backup shooting guard. Alec Burks is our backup small forward. I moved him there. Nikola Jovic will be playing 20 minutes a night, or 14 minutes a night. He is getting minutes instead of Sasha Vezenkov, and that's strictly because of age. Same overall. It makes a lot more sense to me. And then Ty Jerome is the one and only backup point guard we actually had on the roster. So, yeah, I guess he'll be taking those minutes, backing up Jamal Murray. So, unfortunately, Sasha Vezenkov is not getting minutes. Jordan Nwora is not getting minutes. If Nwora wasn't expiring, I might maybe consider playing him instead of Burks, but ultimately, a 1 overall difference is not the end of the world. A little bit younger. I don't know if I'm going to re-sign either of them, to be honest with you, but that's just my thought process. Sam Merrill, no. Kevin Knox, hell no. So, yeah, I mean, that's just my thought process on that. I think we're getting everybody the right amount of minutes, and I really do think this rotation makes the most sense for us, both now and in the long term. So, I will see you guys at the end of year one here in Dallas. I had a feeling it was going to come at some point. I was just unfortunately wishing it wasn't year one, and it is. That image is probably making Mavericks fans everywhere throw up all over themselves, and for that, I'm sorry. We went 44-38 on the year, which again isn't the greatest record we could have possibly had, but ultimately entirely new roster. I didn't really have much say in the roster. We'll get to it in the offseason, but yeah, a 33-point triple-double for new Phoenix Suns point guard Luka Doncic. Victor Wembanyama is your rookie of the year. CP3 6th man. Victor Wembanyama also is your DPOY. Jalen Johnson most improved. Jalen Brunson does not get talked about enough. And when he does, I don't like the discourse that's going on around Jalen Brunson right now. I don't think this man's getting the credit that he deserved for how good he is actually playing this year. I'm just putting that out there. I don't know. Maybe people are starting to talk about it a little bit, but Jalen Brunson is absolutely incredible. I'm just saying the Knicks could be a little bit of a problem and come playoff time for a lot of teams. Just putting it out there. 61-21 for the Phoenix Suns. I'm assuming that's the 1 seed in the West. It is. Let's dive into the standings. Where were we? We are in the play-in. So it's going to be us and the Timberwolves here in the first round. Just kind of funny looking at things because, yeah, I mean, clearly we don't use start today for these trading every player rebuilds. Things would be a little different, especially with the Timberwolves. But nonetheless, we move. And, wow, no Celtics? Wow, 41-41. 2K doesn't like my Celtics. All right, let's dive into some of the numbers on the season. I'm assuming Murray and Booker were incredible. It looks like they both were. Duncan Robinson is our third option. Trey Lyles, Nurkic, Burks, Poeltl, Jovic, KCP. I thought KCP would be a little bit better. Man, playing 18 minutes a night is what it is. And then rebounds Booker, or excuse me, assist Booker. Oh, shit, I can't skip over the plan. We're in the plan. We have, my bad. I mixed it up. I said we have the Timberwolves. We actually have the Pelicans. My mistake. So if we lose this, we're done. I mean, that's just kind of the reality of the situation. CJ, Herb Jones, Ingram, Zion, Valanciunas. Got Trey Murphy coming off the bench. So let's see what happens here. We end up losing, which means we are eliminated. It is an unfortunate reality of the situation. I believe, do we not have our first round pick this year? Oh my God, this just hurts so bad. Luka and Katie on the same team. And, oh wait, what? They weren't even in the finals? They just won. Okay. Congrats to Joel Embiid. That's insane. Okay. Player retirements. LeBron calls it a career. A lot of people were telling me to override LeBron's retirement. I mean, clearly, I'm sure many of you know I can only do it once. So I will do it right now just because I'm sure. I mean, a lot of people were just telling me that, hey, LeBron's not going to retire after this season. So, I mean, I agree with you. I don't think he will. So I can try to do it, but I can only do it once. So this is officially going to be LeBron's farewell tour. If you want me to do it, let me know. If you don't really give a shit, also let me know. Popovich does call it a career. I doubt he will be doing that either. I mean, maybe the Spurs are not very good, but okay. Russell Westbrook. Wait, what? Oh my God, I didn't even see that. Holy shit, Russell Westbrook called it a career. That's insane. I feel like I don't see that often. We're not going to have a lottery pick. Well, we don't have our own pick, do we? Yeah, no. The New York Knicks do, and I'm like very much sure it's unprotected, so let's just skip through this, and yeah, it sits there at number 13. It would have been a really nice asset for us to have. Fortunately, we don't. I'm not a huge Jason Kidd fan, but this is the last year of his contract, as you can see, and he does have pretty good ratings, kind of in a shitty situation heading into the first game, so I'll give him one more year. If he sucks, we're just not going to re-sign him, and if he's good, we'll maybe bring him back. I don't know. So up to the draft. Do we have any other first-round picks? We do not, which means we're probably not going to draft anybody. Kind of fine by me. Maybe there's a trade out there I can make right now, but I think I'd rather do it after the draft. A few more options after the the team player option section. So KCP accepts. We're going to bring back Jovic. I don't know why the hell I would decline him. Good work, 2K. Qualifying AJ Lawson, no. Greg Brown, no. I mean, no, I'm good. And then we head into free agency. Do we have any major free agents here? We really don't. At least it doesn't look that way. So there's definitely some trades I do want to make, and of course I'll show you guys when I have them. We're going to attempt to trade for Julius Randle from the New York Knicks. He'd be a clear upgrade at our power forward spot, and ultimately giving up Duncan Robinson and KCP isn't going to be the end of the world. Let me just explain to you why. I stand by everything I said. I think Duncan Robinson was the right decision to start for us last season, but he's somebody who regresses, and that's not something I'm looking forward to. Clearly, KCP is going to regress, and I'm sure you guys know my kind of mantra at this point. I'm always willing to trade bench pieces for starters. It makes a ton of sense, at least in my mind. So I'd also include like Ty Jerome in a deal for Randall. I'm trying to get this done, giving up the least amount of draft picks because clearly we don't have a lot. So I'll give you my first next year. There's another first-round pick from us to New York. And then my first in 26. Clearly the stepping rule's not on. Oh my God, am I going to have to give up 3 first-round picks? I know. It's not exactly ideal, but we had a very big need at our power forward spot. And after that trade, we have a really big need at our small forward spot. So I guess we're still not done making trades. We are sending Yusuf Nurkic, Sasha Vezenkov, Trey Lyles, and a 2025 second-round pick to Memphis for Desmond Bane. He's going to come in and be my new starting small forward. But look, we had a really big kind of gap to fill. Desmond Bane is hopefully going to go ahead and do that for us. And we're also getting back Jake LaRavia. Now, we don't really need another power forward, mostly why I'm comfortable enough including Trey Lyles in this deal. But maybe we can move LaRavia for some other sort of bench piece because, yeah, we don't have a lot of those right now. So on top of that, I don't really trust Sam Merrill moving forward as any sort of competent backup on this team. So a lot of decisions are going to have to be made, but nonetheless, I'm very happy that we improved this starting 5. I think it's going to benefit us a whole lot in the long term. And then it's not going to be great. I mean, Pirtle's definitely, there's upgradable kind of guys I could go out and get, but he's definitely going to be serviceable enough, at least for this season, because I don't have a lot of assets left to give up. I really don't. So at this point, Sam Merrill, Jake LaRavia, wouldn't mind moving either of you for some bench pieces. Just curious. Like, I can do this in a second-round pick. Again, not a lot here to work with, but definitely going to kind of take what we have. So, I don't know. Please, I don't really want Ty Jerome. Oh, man. Yeah, this is where my options are kind of limited. I mean, Sam Merrill's 28. Tamani Kamara is 24. These options are not great. I mean, I like Sam Hauser, don't get me wrong. Good three-point shooter, but, oh, wow, he actually had a really down year. Yeah, that's not going to cut it. Okay, let's see who's in here in free agency first. Like, if we were to start the season right now, I need a point guard, I need a small forward, and I need a center. So let's just look at those options right now. And they're not great. They're not great. Isaiah Joe is here. Sometimes he gets released. It's also going to let me bring back Alec Burks, it looks like. So we're only going to be able to sign Isaiah Joe to a 1-year contract, but it's going to let me bring back Burks as well. So let's do that. Jordan Nora, I don't know if we're going to have to let him go. Sometimes it weirdly lets you bring you guys back. But let me get through these two guys first because they're most important in my opinion. And then Jordan Nora, it is not going to let me pay. Okay, good to know. Let's see. The center spot's not great. Drew Eubanks may cut it for a year. It's probably all we really have moving forward. So maybe we can figure something out here, because clearly Isaiah Joe probably going to be my sixth man. I don't know why Oklahoma City releases him sometimes, but he's going to be my probably backup shooting guard and likely sixth man. So I still need to figure out a backup point guard. Burks is going to regress. He'll probably be like a 75 overall, but I can live with that for a year. Jovic is clearly going to be here. And then I don't really love Eubanks, but I can deal with it if I have to. So we definitely have some more trades. Another big trade with New York, or I guess big is relative. Clearly. We're going to send Jake LaRavia and Sam Merrill to New York for Miles McBride and a 2028 first-round pick. Couple reasons I'm doing this. Number one, Miles McBride is only 23. He's a 76 overall. He's probably going to go up at least one overall. And on top of that, he's under contract for 3 years, meaning I don't have to worry about him leaving in free agency, resigning, whatever, all that bullshit. He's going to be here. And we get a first-round pick because we are very low on draft assets right now. This feels like a home run deal for me. So I'm very happy about this trade. We got our new backup point guard to back up Jamal Murray. And ultimately, at this point, I'm good entirely in the backcourt. I am still a little bit nervous about Alec Burks and Drew Eubanks, but I'm just curious. What are my options if I were to move Burks and, say, 2 second-round picks? I'm not doing any more first, but just curious. Unless there's somebody here that's like a really big upgrade. I would love to bring back Jaden Hardy. Clearly, that's not allowed. But, yeah, Chris Duarte, no. I could maybe go out and get Deron Sharp. That actually might be a really good option. You know what? I'm going to do that. Just because I know how he progresses, and I really don't trust Drew Eubanks. So now I'm relying on Drew Eubanks to find me some sort of competent backup small forward, which, again, don't exactly have a lot of faith in, but it might be what I kind of have to deal. Oh, I can actually just get Alec Burks back. Good enough for me. I'll see you guys at the start of year number 2. It is officially go time here. In year 2 in Dallas, we are very excited about the outlook of what this team potentially could be. Clearly went ahead and made 2 major upgrades in this starting lineup with Desmond Bane and Julius Randle now here. Kind of giving us 4 all-star caliber players, which gets me very, very excited, but clearly we've seen super teams fail in the past. Hopefully this is not one of those cases. It's going to be Jamal Murray, Devin Booker, Desmond Bane, Julius Randle, and Jakob Poeltl as our starting 5. Really not a ton of surprises there. Bench unit's actually not as bad as I thought it maybe could have been. Isaiah Joe's a 78 overall. He was lingering around there. Maybe he was a 79 in the offseason. Who cares? He's going to be my 6th man as expected. Sharp has actually gone up in overall. Very happy I kind of swapped him out with Drew Eubanks out for him. Really, he's got a nice upgrade. He's going to hopefully be a long-term piece. Nikola Jovic is going up in overall. Alec Burks actually only went down 2. Which is actually kind of nice. So he's still a serviceable role player. He's only playing 12 minutes nonetheless. And then Miles McBride, who actually didn't go up any overalls. I thought he would, but he didn't. So he's here. He is my backup point guard, and we are good. I am really excited for what this season could be. Hopefully it's going to be a fun one and a long one at that. I'll see you guys at the end of year 2. While it definitely still stings to see Luka Doncic winning MVP in Phoenix, it wipes away a little bit of the pain when we go 63-19 here in year 2. So that's an absolutely fantastic record. I'm assuming it was good enough for top 2 at worst here in the Western Conference. Hopefully we have a very long postseason coming. But yeah, Luka's incredible. Alexander Sarr is your rookie of the year. He is in Toronto. What? I mean, 10-10 is nice off the bench, but 6 man, really? 2 years in the league, 2 depoys for Victor Wembanyama. Keontae George, most improved. You like to see that. I don't really ever see Keontae George winning. Cool. Steph Curry, clutch player of the year. He is definitely that. And Jason Kidd does get a coach of the year. So an expiring coach, an expiring contract. Hopefully he goes ahead and proves that he should be back here for the 3rd and final season. But far and away, best record in all of basketball this season. Hopefully a very long, very successful playoff run. Devin Booker, Desmond Bane, Jamal Murray, Julius Randle, our big 4. Isaiah Joe off the bench, Nikola Jovic, Burks, Poeltl, Sharp, McBride. Rebounds a game is going to be Poeltl, and assist is Devin Booker. Okay, round 1. Us in the Warriors. Steph Curry just won a clutch player of the year. I don't care that he's 37 years old. It's 33 points a game. It's insane. Brandon Podziemski, Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga, Tracy Jackson Davis, Chris Paul. So, yeah, this is an interesting roster. I don't know how Duncan Robinson, our old friend, ended up there. But, yeah, nonetheless, let's hopefully go out and beat them because I think we can definitely do that. So, we are up 3-1 right now. After dropping game 1, we win 4 straight. Moving on to the West semis. And it is the Portland Trailblazers here for us. Scoot Henderson, who's not having the greatest rookie season of all time. Again, point guards especially take a lot of time to develop, typically. And, yeah, I wouldn't be worried about Scoot Henderson. I know I just hit my mic. I'm sorry. Anthony Simons is here. He's always good. Matisse Thybulle, I see his name popping up in some trade rumors right now. Please don't let the Milwaukee Bucks get him. Jeremy Grant has been good this season. Then DeAndre Ayton, who has not been good this season. Good Lord. Oh, man, DeAndre Ayton. All right. Let's get into it. I think we are clearly the better team here. I have no idea how the Portland Trailblazers beat the Suns in 5. I didn't even realize that, but that is very big. We sweep them. We're on to the West Finals. I mean, it's every video. I cannot avoid the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's insane. It's insane. If I get beat by a pedophile right now, I'm not going to be very happy. So let's just go ahead and get by them and not worry about it. They are... Okay, come on. Dude, they're like the Heat. You're not really I mean, you are a playing team, but you're not really a playing team. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we are going to be, watching a Pistons and a Thunder final right now. This is the second damn time in like 3 or 4 videos that I've seen the Pistons go on to win it all. Look, don't get me wrong, I think Cade Cunningham is good. I think he's going to be good for a long time. But there's no way in hell that in 2025 the Detroit Pistons are winning a championship. Bookmark it, clip it, do whatever the hell you want. Sue me for it. It's not going to happen. Player retirements. LeBron officially does call it a career. I unfortunately cannot override something twice. So LeBron, 40 years old, sailing off into the sunset with 4 championships. Staff retirements. Joe Prunty, Andy Greer, Steven Salas. Cool Hall of Fame LeBron. That's a shock. LeBron also gets his jersey retired by 3 teams. Draft lottery, 95% positive we won't have anything here, which is ultimately fun. Oh, yeah, just give the Spurs another draft pick. And the Rockets have 2, but the Spurs are projected 4 lottery picks. That's insane. Oh, good. Yeah, that's what the Thunder need, the number 1 overall pick. God damn. We are screwed if, like, anything here in 2K actually happens in real life. Thunder, not a crazy, out-of-the-question thing that they could be, serious contenders in the playoffs this year. Let's get into it. There are some coaches here. I have to make a decision on Jason Kidd. Look, he has the ratings, but ultimately, I wouldn't mind bringing in somebody else. I don't think Jacob Underwood is going to be a serious upgrade. His offense is a little bit, but the defense just isn't great. I like Joe Mazzulla. I do. He's my Celtics coach. I do like him. Jacques Vaughn is here. Mark Daignault's here as well. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to try to get Joe. I like Joe Mazzulla quite a bit. If he doesn't end up coming here, that's fine. And if he, let's just, he doesn't want to come here. God damn it, Joe. All right. So meaning, oh my God, wait, shit. Well, I didn't necessarily, oh, Taylor Jenkins is here. His ratings are actually, oh, Frank Vogel. Oh, man. All right, you know what? I'm going to go after Taylor Jenkins. I'm going to try anyways. He's not necessarily an overall upgrade to what we had with Jason Kidd, but you know what? Why the hell not? I was planning on just bringing Jason Kidd back if Joe Mazzulla didn't accept. I didn't think Jason Kidd would get a job offer so quick, but he did, and that is on me. All right, so no draft picks this year. Not going to be drafting anybody in today's video. That's fine. Randall declines. Jovic obviously coming back, so Julius Randle is a big priority for me for agency. Same with Deron Sharp. Would like to retain his services as well. So let's get into it. Oh, yeah, no, this guy's pretty good. It's a nice contract offer there in Milwaukee. Let's just go ahead and pay him. We'll do 40 AAV. Julius Randle about 35 AAV. And then, I'd like to get Sharp back. So let's do it. Okay, all 3 are back. We're not likely going to be able to bring back Isaiah Joe. The only kind of real reason we were able to actually go ahead and sign him is because he got released by the Thunder. And I have actually no idea why that continues to happen, but it does. So, we are looking for a shooting guard. Jose Alvarado's here, maybe a point guard option for me if I want to upgrade from Miles McBride. But, we need to make some decisions on this bench. I'm comfortable with the front court bench unit. Alec Burks is definitely going to get traded. We know damn well that regression is going to hit. So let's just see. Just curious. I have 3 first-round picks that I can trade. It's not a lot of draft capital, but it's definitely some. Caleb Martin could be an idea. I've had Caleb Martin before, and it's typically gone well. Gary Trent Jr. excites me a lot. That could be my new backup shooter guard, maybe even a 6-man for me. Ooh, Jordan Hawkins is there as well. You know what? I fucking hate Grayson Allen. All right, you know what? We're going to go ahead and make this deal here with the Utah Jazz. I have no idea how Gary Trent Jr. is there, but he's going to be my new backup shooting guard off the bench. Now we have a little bit of a problem at the small forward spot. Yeah, these options aren't great. You guys are probably going to... Actually, you know what? No. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and actually keep Jose Alvarado, and then I'm going to go ahead and trade McBride. That makes more sense. 2 first-round pick, Miles McBride. Find me a small forward. Somebody... Ooh, Jayshawn Tate. I was hoping for somebody who was at least competent. Najee Marshall could end up being a Celtic. I hope he is. You know what? We're just going to have to do it. Jayshawn Tate, welcome to the team. Not exactly, my number 1 choice, but he's good enough. And then something else I wanted to explore. Is there a Pirtle upgrade out there? Like, if there's like a clear... No. I mean, there's centers at least, but Mitchell Robinson could excite me. Mitchell Robinson does excite me. Valanciunas, no. I mean, these guys, Rudy Gobert, he's 33. We know that overall is going down. Robert Williams, I like Robert Williams quite a bit. I really do. I might do this because he's 2 overalls higher. He's 2 years younger. And, you know, we're doing this. We're doing this because not only are we getting Robert Williams, we're getting Chris Murray as well, meaning we have another trade piece because although I like Jayshawn Tate, he's a fine player. Oh my God, we're at draft picks. He really doesn't move the needle for me. So I might actually go with Caleb Martin. He goes up in overalls at small forward, so fuck it. Welcome to the team, Caleb. Okay, we have done a pretty good job, I think, of retooling this bench a little bit. I think we are ready for hopefully a championship run. I will see you guys at the start of the third and final regular season. Last year, we won 63 games, made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals just to get bounced by the play-in Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, I know they're not a traditional play-in team, but nonetheless, when you have the best record in the league and you lose to a 7 seed, it sucks, no matter which way you want to spin it. So, this offseason, we made some moves. We made an upgrade at the center position. I think we got a little bit deeper on our bench unit. I'm really excited for what this final season could be here in Dallas. Jamal Murray, Devin Booker, Desmond Bane, and Julius Randle. These guys all remain the same. New addition here of Robert Williams as our starting center of the bench unit. Gary Trent Jr. is coming in as our sixth man here. Very excited to have him here as an 80 overall. We bring back Deron Sharp, which is of course nice. Caleb sold my soul. Martin to beat the Celtics is back here. Not back. I guess he's here. He's going to be my eighth man. And yeah, 79 overall. I don't like him. I don't. He sold his soul to beat the Celtics in the East Finals. I'm salty. Nikola Jovic is here, and then Jose Alvarado. So I think we've done a good job of not only getting better depth, but quality depth. You guys know I talk about that a lot in my videos. I truly do believe there's a very big difference. So this team is fun. This team is exciting. I think this team has the talent to win a championship. Hopefully we go out and prove that. I'll see you guys at the end of year 3. It is 3 straight MVPs for Luka Doncic in Dallas. Shit sucks, especially when we haven't won a championship yet. We do go 72-10 though, so tying the second best record in NBA history is always fantastic. Hopefully it ends in a championship. Cooper Flagg, oh good, give him to the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's exactly what they need, is another potential superstar. Cam Thomas, 6th man of the year. Victor Wembanyama, a 3rd straight depoy. Matas Buzelis, most improved. Luka Doncic, clutch player of the year. Taylor Jenkins does win coach of the year for us. All right, I've seen this movie before. I'm really hoping it doesn't end the same way, but I have some doubt. I'm not going to lie to you, but I'm still confident. But a little bit of doubt always going to creep into my head. Here's a look at the numbers. Feel free to pause because quite honestly, at this point, I don't really care what the numbers are. Rebounds, Rob Will. Assists, Devin Booker. Okay, round 1. Us and the 8-seeded Sacramento Kings. De'Aaron Fox is incredible. He added Karl Anthony Towns somehow. Keegan Murray's on the bench. Here's a nifty idea. Play Cat at the 5. Just a thought. Okay, let's get into it. We win game 1, win game 2, win game 3. Okay, beautiful. This is how I want a first-round series to go. Now comes the challenge, because Luka Doncic and Kevin Durant and the rest of the funky bunch, oh, Derek Lively's still here, play KD at the 3, play Collins at the 4. I don't know how this is that hard. Okay, let's go ahead and get through this right now. Hopefully get through. Okay, hang on a damn minute. I'll take it. We got the last laugh. We've yet to lose a game here in the Western Conference Finals, and we avoid the Thunder, which is really important. So, Med Thompson, Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Tari Eason, Alperen Şengün, got Jabari Smith off the bench. Zach LaVine somehow is here? Okay, I don't know. That's some good depth they have there. Okay, are we fucking serious? Just one of those days. It really is, man. It's one of those days that's unfortunate. Okay. I'm not going to question it when 2K does shit like this. We have the defending champs here in the NBA Finals. Cade Cunningham, Jay Ivey, Zar Thompson, Matas Buzelis, James Wiseman. You got Jalen Duren off the bench. In what world does James Wiseman start over Jalen Duren? Not a world I live in. But let's get through this and hopefully not lose to the goddamn Pistons right now. We are down 2-1. We do tie it up 2-2. We go up 3-2. We are heading to Detroit here for what could be a closeout Game 6 on the road. And can we get this done? It would be very, very nice and make me very, very happy. If we could possibly, and we're going to do it. Wow. We were down 3-0 in the West Finals. Somehow came back. Now we're winning a championship. All right, man. We are, yeah, I don't want to say we're really overcoming the odds because there's really no reason that we were down 3-0 in the first place. But nonetheless, we did. It's kind of almost like what my Celtics did to the Heat last year, except Jason Tatum got hurt in the first play of Game 7. No, I'm not getting into it. Let's talk about the Dallas Mavericks right now. The Dallas Mavericks are an interesting team to me because although they have probably, as I mentioned, top 5 at worst player in the league in Luka Doncic. And when I say at worst, I mean like that's the lowest I think you can probably rank Luka Doncic right now. I don't really trust the rest of their depth. I think Kyrie Irving is an incredible player. Obviously, you know, he's been known for a lot of big moments around his career. But, you know, besides those two, I'm not really going to trust the rest of that team come playoff time. I think Derek Lively is incredible, and I'm sure he'll be a factor come playoff time. I don't really ever trust rookies in the playoffs, though. Really just a lot of young players in general. I think it takes a lot of time to actually get acclimated to how probably different the regular season is versus the playoffs and the stakes, all the pressure and everything. So I'm not saying he's not going to be important because clearly he is, and clearly he's going to be a very good player for what I hope is a very long time. But oh shit, good job, Rob. But really for me, I don't love a lot of the depth that they have. I think, you know, when I look at that team, like I think they're like a piece or two away. Maybe they go out and get a guy like Bruce Brown. I think that helps them a lot. I think they were maybe in the Pascal Siakam talks for a little while. Those obviously faded out, or they just couldn't beat the offer that Indiana had. But, I really do think they're one more piece away, because if you look at the roster, are they competing with Denver? Are they competing with Minnesota? Are they competing with Oklahoma City? If you want to throw the Lakers in there, be my guest. The Clippers, even, who have been fantastic this season. So, the West is just so good, and so many of those teams are very deep teams that, it doesn't really give me the thought and kind of the feeling that there's maybe a possibility that, they make a run. But I'm sure people said that in 22 as well, and they made it all the way to the West Finals. So, I don't want to necessarily be a hater or anything, but I think Mavericks fans will probably agree with me that, it feels like they're a piece or two away from being like a very serious threat. So for, Mavericks fans' sake, I hope they go out and get that piece, if it's the offseason, at the trade deadline, whatever it may be, because although Luka does seem like a very mild-mannered kind of player, I don't think he's probably going to want to, not win for very long. You know what I'm saying? Like, last year they weren't in the playoffs. This year if they lose in round one or end up losing in the play-in, whatever it may be, I don't think he's going to be very happy with that. So, I hope they go out and get somebody. Derek Lively was a fantastic addition to the team, but I still do think they're one or two pieces away. So that is it for the gameplay. That is it for my Mavericks thoughts. I will see you guys with the Finals MVP. What a beautiful way to end this video. It is with a championship, and it is with a Devin Booker Finals MVP. Did the Suns not win one today? I think the Sixers won year one, the Pistons won year two, and then we won it all year three. So Luka can take home the MVPs. We'll take home the championships here in Dallas. All right, man. This one was fun. I had a lot of fun with this one. As I mentioned, I love doing the trading every player rebuilds. It's just, there's something about them that's just so enjoyable for me. So I hope you guys did enjoy. I really did. As I mentioned, we have about 10 of these left, so we are slowly approaching the end of this series. Then we're going to have to find something else to do. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of trades in the coming weeks. Probably not a lot of different rebuilds, because ultimately, if the 8th guy in your rotation gets moved to a contending team, doesn't deserve a rebuild, let's just be honest. But any blockbusters will definitely be coming to this channel, as you guys saw yesterday with the Terry Rozier trade, as you saw with the Siakam one. But yeah, other than those, we are looking for video ideas. So let me hear them down below in the comment section. But that is it for me. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.